On this week's Waste of the Week, the Government Accountability Office found $47 billion in wasted spending because of overlapped and duplicated services. Joining us right now to break it all down, CEO and founder of OpenTheBooks.com, Adam Andrzejewski. Good morning to you, sir. Where did the spending go?
So it was wasted on duplicative programs. So over the course since 2011, Jan, there's actually been $600 billion saved on ending those duplicative programs. Just last year, we saved $47 billion in duplicative programs. Where the savings comes from since 2011 is 1/3 of it is from the Pentagon. Nearly $200 billion in duplicative programs have been ended, saving taxpayers that amount of money. You have healthcare duplicative programs saved to the tune of $160 billion. You've got other government services on duplication saved to the tune of $77 billion just in general government services. You've got things like agriculture. That program, ending duplicative programs in agriculture, saved the American taxpayer $45 billion. This program has been highly effective.
And the Coburn rule was a bipartisan reform to eliminate duplication in the federal agency. So why are we still seeing billions of these taxpayer dollars go to waste?
Well, Jan, as you know, it's a target-rich environment when it comes to waste, fraud, and duplication in the federal programs. We don't even have a comprehensive list of federal programs. We won't have that list till 2024. It won't be audited by the Comptroller of the United States since 2026. That's just the basics. So, look, you got the Pentagon. They've got the largest federal agency. Over the next 5 years, they'll spend $1 trillion. They can't even pass their audit. They flunked their audit for the past 5 years. One out of every $4, for instance, in healthcare, $1 trillion a year is wasted, and U.S. federal taxpayers are picking up 1/3 of that bill. So there's still a lot more work to do. And
you analyzed this report. What government programs stood out to you?
So the Government Accountability Office identified in the latest report just released 100 federal programs to take a look at in 35 subject matter areas. And it ranges from the Department of Energy on how to store low-level waste all the way to the IRS and how they can do a more effective job collecting taxes and encouraging volunteer compliance with the law. But I want to focus in on the Navy with its shipbuilding program. Over the course of the next 30 years, because of inefficiencies at the Navy, they're going to overbill on shipbuilding to the tune of $120 billion. So this is a primary of focus going forward. Hats off to the GAO for identifying these areas.
Since 2011, the GAO's annual report has shown $600 billion in wasted spending. How has Congress been responding to these issues?
So the GAO, over this period since 2011, they've identified 1,800 areas where Congress can save money. Congress has actually executed on 1,200 of those. But, Jan, that leaves 1/3 that are open tickets on duplication. So although the top line number at $600 billion, that's a staggering number and significant taxpayer savings, there's still hundreds of billions of dollars left on the table.
Adam, what sort of reform is needed to reduce the amount of duplicated spending that we're seeing right now?
Well, there's 2 areas for reform. Number one, that path comes through Congress. They need to move a lot quicker on reining in the duplication. The second path actually can come through the executive branch. They execute on these programs. So although the Biden administration in their latest payroll release has 114 special interest czars, up from 91 last year, and more than the 40 that the Barack Obama administration employed, 0 of those czars are waste czars. No one's looking into waste, fraud, and duplication at the executive level, and that could be another path toward getting to reform. But I just want to end with kudos to the late U.S. Senator from Oklahoma, Dr. Tom Coburn. He tucked this Coburn rule back in 2011 on the debt ceiling fight. It passed unanimously and has resulted in $600 billion of U.S. taxpayer savings.
As it should. All right, founder of OpenTheBooks.com and CEO Adam Andrzejewski, great seeing you. Have a great weekend. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you.